Greetings, Rigil Agateiades here, back on his usual schedule of doing things he shouldn't be doing. One of those things is of course using a 100 base cost suit in a 400 cost rated match. But we're not the first one to do so, I'm sure it will be fun. The suit we're on today is one of the only two 100 cost support types in the game, the Zaku Cannon at level 6. We usually tell people to not use level 3 or higher suits because they're often severely underspec, let alone a level 6. Just look at this second slowest speed in the game. But we're not taking it out for no reason this time. By using Overtune Pass, there's one thing these high-leveled suits are good at, being an annoyingly tough nut. Got caught by the enemy Pale Rider at point blank, not hard given how slow we are. But all those melee attacks was far from enough to get us, and even after 2 shells from the Hildorf, we're still at half health. All this tankiness is thanks to the custom part, Heavy Armor. Giving 1 resistance of all types and 3 extra per level, this custom part provides 30 resistance in a single custom part. Capped at 10 each though, so our level 6 Zaku Cannon is too much for even this custom part to handle. And even though we're severely undercost, the firepower the Zaku Cannon can bring is still plentiful. Technically a sub-weapon, but obviously the main weapon on the Zaku Cannon is the 180mm cannon, as standard as a cannon can get, but as any Zeonic veteran would tell you, that is all you need. Then we get to the reason why we're taking this suit out over everything else, the map. The map we're on is the once notorious Mountain. But after numerous attempts to fix it, we finally have how it looks like today. Even after all the changes over the years, however, one thing about this map never changed. It's all about taking the high ground at the middle, and keeping it. This high ground overlooks the entire map and is pivotal to winning the match. Hence, as a support type, you really want to sit there for as long as you can. And by having a lot of health and defense, you can sit on it a lot longer than a crunchy sniper suit. Even if you can't make use of it, at least your enemy can't. Holy Zork, I was expecting someone, but not the biggest sword in the game. That terror was the GBO2 Guy Helm of Custom, originally a space-only raid type, but recently unleashed onto the Earth's surface as well. That American-sized heat sword just tells you everything you need to know about it. Pop a smoke and get out of his sight, a very close call as he goes for our Gaza C instead, but he realizes we are just 2 bullets away. First to respawn, and we immediately see how narrow this map is. Spawn in and we're already right in front of the enemy, or more exactly, the range we want to be. With the Zaku Cannon, you really want to use the actual main weapon on this suit, the MMP-30 machine gun. While it doesn't have a lot of stagger, the damage per second is actually very high. Add in the 54 range attack on this suit, and it can shred general types faster than you'd imagine. The pain in the neck, however, is its 200 meters range, making it rather unsafe to use, if you can even get close enough to use it in the first place. As a result, you're really only using it when you have a teammate holding the enemy off, making it very important to stick to someone on the Zaku Cannon, doesn't matter who. Keep up somehow with your 80 movement speed and 135 thruster speed, and you'll get a lot more opportunities to do damage than when peeking with your cannon alone. Other than this, the Zaku Cannon is just a really basic suit, a 100 cost suit after all. In terms of weapons, other than the main cannon and the machine gun, there's a smoke grenade and that's it. Good enough for most users though. Just a little stretched when you try to stop maneuver armor by hitting the machine gun for 26 hits. Good thing we're a tough nut. The rest of our team isn't that tough though, and quickly we're down on numbers, with both general types in quite some deep trouble. But we still have the high ground. Quite literally. What this allows us to do is to make use of the huge blast radius of our cannon. And with just enough range on the machine gun too, we took out half the Pale Rider in 3 seconds. Not shabby for a 100 cost suit. keep lobbing the gigantic shells, and the two enemy general types are pinned down while we just soak up whatever they try to throw back at us. Doesn't matter how undercost we are when we can just force them into an unfair trade of raw stats. Look at our high performance radar with a 450 meters range thanks to being a level 6 suit. And oh, there's someone trying to make the same approach thrice. Let's see if we have a better way to deal with it. Pop the smoke so he doesn't know where we're looking, and then we carefully approach. Seems like our metal spider knows what he's doing. We'll let him handle that while we go back to shooting the general type from above. That's our job after all. Things didn't go quite as I expected, but let's not question what happened down there. There's more important things to do as we're not exactly winning. We pop our smoke walking down the narrow passage on the left, then we back up and go through the middle. Maybe that will bamboozle someone into holding the passage instead. Oh, fair goof, this is not the spot you should be. A meat grind is definitely not the strength of a goof. Just let your overtuned Zaku do the job. Missed our cannon shot, but with a 300 damage per bullet, that Zaku diver just melted like butter. How much damage did we take in return? Barely any. Watch the Hildolf get bodied by literally our entire team, and we now have a tiny one-suit lead, which we can lose anytime thanks to our gym dominance surviving by a hair. Time for us to hold the enemy off, but in a not-so-support type like fashion. Walk up the hill to the most obvious spot possible. Who wouldn't like a piece of a free Zaku Cannon? Well, not as free as you think. Full missile volley from the Zaku diver, and we're still half health. Maybe a bit too confident there, but that's fine. 10 seconds left, we should be able to make this. The Hildolf looked away right there, who would be a lot closer if he didn't. Put a few more machine gun shots on the Zaku diver since we're too slow to hit the cannon, and the game ends. That was a close match, but you shouldn't be doing this yourself anyway. Yes, we're a tanky Zaku Cannon, but even with overtunes, you're better off with a level 4 than a level 6. Good thing Mountain is the perfect map to use the Zaku Cannon. We almost spent the entire time on that high ground only. The MMP-30 machine gun was also surprisingly powerful, probably thanks to the high range attack on this suit. Too bad we didn't get too many opportunities to go all out on it. That's it from me today. But how did we manage to score second? Like that?